and we transition, Rosie, to the outlook for November. And again, it's important to preface first and foremost, last October, the Maple Leafs played 9 games. They were 4-4-1. Last November, here's the kicker. Remember Jack Campbell went on that absolute tear and heater? They won 12 of 14 games in the month of November. So here's the breakdown. They have 15 games coming up, 9 home, 6 away, 7 versus teams who made the playoffs last season, 13 versus teams 500 or better. They got 2 against the Devils, who are 6-3, and 3 against the Pittsburgh Penguins, who are 4-4-1. So that's the astonishing thing from the month of October. It was a rather soft schedule, but things are about to pick up in a big way here, Rosie.
Yeah, those numbers are outrageous. Like, look at that change. It's almost an identical
Yeah.
October to what they're having right now. And then the tear that they went on, I mean, wouldn't that be nice if November they they go and put those numbers up? But I wish their schedule coming down the barrel of November was like it was in October, because as rough as it's been, they haven't had a tough schedule. I wish I could say that they were playing contenders every single night and trying to find their way, and the timing was just kind of shitty for them, but they've been playing fairly soft teams, and like you just highlighted, it doesn't get any easier right now. But it doesn't really matter to me who you're playing. It's what you bring, because if a team like this brings their best, and I keep going back to that Winnipeg Jets game, if you come out like that and the team is just showing energy and that just that wave upon wave type of hockey where everyone's just on the same page, it's very hard to weather that type of thing. There's enough talent on this roster that when everyone's doing that, they're going to be hard to beat no matter who they're playing. But you look at that November they had last year to pull themselves out of a bit of a rough start. I can only hope they do that again, but they got a lot of work ahead of them. I wouldn't bet that they're going to go on that kind of a tear, but all I want to see personally is them start to find an identity, and play like they're capable of. And I don't know, from what you've watched, have you seen enough of that quality hockey? It just seems like there's so many holes in their game right now. And I think frustration is what I keep thinking of when I watch this team, because it's just like, you just know there's better there and they just have trouble accessing that, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly it. I think it's just more so the opponents, and I don't have the opponents last October in front of me, but just the fact that it's Arizona, it's San Jose, it's Anaheim, it's these beatable games, and they don't even show up. Like, never mind, play a strong, consistent 10 minutes, but for the most part, they're not even showing up. And again, we don't want to get into that conversation about the coaching or the GM, but like, it's a telltale sign to me where there's minimal response. I expected it all last week, especially after that Vegas game where they were a no-show. We gave them a mulligan. We gave them the benefit of the doubt because they were ripping in Sin City for like 4 or 5 days, but then they just come out flat and flat and flat.